This cute little guy is called Spathiphyllum Silver Streak, and it's a type of cultivated variety of Spathiphyllum, which is otherwise known as peace lily. And these particular plants are common in a little bit more wet habitat throughout South America. And I actually don't really love Spathiphyllum. I have to admit that I've bought a few Spathiphyllum and I am just not like a big fan of them, so I don't have a tremendous amount of them around the house, but I did buy this cultivated variety because I really did love that silver streak down the midrib of this particular plant. It also feels to me a little bit hardier and a little bit of a thicker leaf than the typical Spathiphyllum that we have in our homes, which if you had any peace lilies, you would know that they tell you when they want water. They will droop and look super sad. So you want to be keeping your Spathiphyllum really well watered. I've seen that people say that Spathiphyllum could grow in low light conditions, but I have to say that I was growing a Spathiphyllum in the interior of my space, a very big one, and it didn't survive in kind of low light conditions. So I would say that you're giving a Spathiphyllum a little bit more moderate light conditions would probably be a little bit better and would be a bit wiser. This one in general looks like it has a lighter colored leaf than most Spathiphyllums that I know. So I would imagine that this one requires a little bit more light than some of those darker leaved variety ones. Spathiphyllum would love to have a little bit more humidity. And in fact, if you up the humidity for your Spath, then you're probably going to have to water a little bit less than you typically would. But you'd rather want a little bit more of a peatier mix, maybe not even something super well draining, because if that Spathiphyllum has a little bit more moisture to the soil, I think it's going to be a lot happier because, like I said before, you're going to know when it wants water because it really doesn't reward you. It kind of just like lays flat to the floor. As far as pest pressures go, I actually have not had too many pest pressures when it comes to Spathiphyllum. I've heard people say that they've had spider mites on theirs, and again, I think that if you increase the humidity in the area and you actually keep the plant well watered, then it'll feel like it's less stressing. One of the things that I should say that with the peace lily, it does get really beautiful inflorescences, nothing that's super colorful, but kind of like a white or even some greenish colors to the plant. And that's actually usually when they're sold because they're really not known for their leaves. They're more known for their flowers. But in this case, I think the leaf is actually quite nice. So if you want a generally easy to care plant, then I would say Spathiphyllum, but you have to be a little heavy-handed on the watering.